previous vlog I was able to announce that I will be racing for the Volharding next season, and in this vlog I'm able to announce that my first race is getting rather quickly. Most riders are currently in their off-season period, but I was preparing the last couple of weeks very hard because I will be racing the Tour of Madagascar. Welcome to the Tour of Madagascar series here on the This Is Cycling YouTube channel.
Madagascar is the massive island next to South Africa. From Schiphol in the Netherlands it takes over 18 hours to get to the capital of this country called Antananarivo. Madagascar isn't so well known for its cycling culture. It is more well known of its flora and fauna. The lemur and the chameleon are two examples of species that only occur in Madagascar. And no, the penguins of the movie cannot be found in Madagascar. More about the flora and fauna in later vlogs in this Tour de Madagacar series.
So the Tour of Madagascar consists out of 10 stages. There are stages like Criteriums, but also stages with loads of height meters. The first stage is a prologue, but the prologue has a distance of 30 kilometers. And the last stage is a criterium in the center of the capital, Antananarivo. Really looking forward to the different stages in the Tour de Madagascar, and I'm really looking forward to, if the sport cycling is a big sport in this country, and how enthusiastic the spectators are.
Of course, a trip to Madagascar requires a lot of preparation. For example, the vaccinations, the right clothing, a bag for my bike, a visa and a passport. The last couple of weeks I've been preparing for the trip to Madagascar, and for example last weekend I stayed at my grandparents to combine cycling trainings with the necessary stuff to go to Madagascar. On Friday I went out to get my new team colors. The tenue I will be wearing in 2017 and the Tour of Madagascar looks like this.
Am I still dreaming? Is this something new? Can't make it shut up. Please help me through. Distract myself with sleep, TV and the news.
So on Saturday I went out for a 6-hour ride combining endurance with high intensity training race. I met my teammates who traveled to Madagascar as well, and after 6 hours I could conclude that my fitness is pretty good as I took a 3rd place in the training race. Here are some highlights of the race on the Nederrijnse Berg.
Can't make it stop with meditation. I'm always scared of your funny games. We're losing our time. Do we have the same name?
Sunday looked like Saturday, but I did not do 6 hours, but I did 4 hours of training. I recovered very well from the training of yesterday, and again I went to the Nederrijnse Berg to do some high intensities. This time I was able to take the victory in the training race.
So next Monday I will leave for Madagascar. I got my flight ticket, my passport, my visa, my racing license and the case for my bike. I also did the vaccinations which are necessary to travel to Madagascar. So I seem to be quite ready to leave for this amazing adventure.
I will cover everything of this trip by camera and on paper, as several newspapers and magazines are interested in stories about the Tour of Madagascar. For updates on the trip, you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Strava and my personal Facebook page. Make sure you subscribe to This Is Cycling and like the This Is Cycling Facebook page as well. Thank you for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys look forward to the Tour of Madagascar as much as I do.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
So here we go, traveling to Madagascar, which takes 25 hours. I travel from Groningen to Antananarivo, the capital of Madagascar, by car, by train, by plane and by bus. As there is no flight directly from Amsterdam Schiphol Airport to Antananarivo Airport, I have to have a transfer of 5 hours on Nairobi Airport, and that is so incredibly boring, spending time on this particular airport. So we tried to have a little nap, or we played with a wheelchair, and we bought some food at the restaurant. And we noticed that we were not the only ones bored and waiting for the next flight to our destination. It is a big relief when I arrive in Antananarivo. Directly at arrival, I notice that everything is not as organized as in Europe. Getting the visa or the luggage, for example, we have to wait a rather long time before getting those, while others get it way more quickly. People who rushed through the airport just showed their wallets and paid the persons in control to get their luggage and their visas way more quickly. So after some time, without paying, we were able to leave the airport and continue our trip to the hotel in Antananarivo. And now the tour of Madagascar really starts for me, and I cannot wait to race in this very interesting country. Time to introduce the team.
Push us forward.
Bob van den Hengel, or in Malagasy, Van den Hengel Bob. Niels Hogeboom, Hogan Boom Boom Boom, Niels. Niels van der Pijl, Van der Piel, Niels. Kevin Boon, Boon Kevin. Guus Schot, Scott Guus. And me, Sjors Beukeboom, Buke Boom Boom Boom, George. Last but not least, our directeur sportief, Wennekes Theo. And not to forget the amazing spectators. Damn, it's good to be in the hotel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so incredibly tired of this very, very long trip to Antananarivo. And although the quality of this hotel is definitely not amazing, it is good to have a bath. The hotel is very dirty, the shower does not have warm water, and the bed consists out of one small mattress, but at this point and for now, I won't be complaining. Also because Madagascar is definitely not Europe, not European standard, so yeah, you got to deal with the situations and circumstances that are there. That it's not very European. It's also clear because of the poverty we saw in the during the trip from the airport to the hotel. So maybe this hotel is actually the best circumstances we get for the night in the incoming 14 days. We only stay here for one night before we travel further. We are leaving for the west coast of Madagascar for a city called Toamasina or Tamatave, where also the start of the first stage will be. It will be another very long trip, 8 hours or 7 to 8 hours by car to get to Toamasina. And this is mainly because of the bad roads, and although it's only 350 kilometers, we and the navigation expect us to travel for 7 hours. But before we start traveling to Toamasina, the cars and the personal drivers should be designated to the different teams. This takes a whole lot of time and gives me also the opportunity to have a little bit of a look around and talk with fellow competitors, journalists and people from the organization. Just a bit of introducing myself to the others involved in the Tour of Madagascar.
So nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I do the racing too. So we'll stay in touch, alright? Yeah, okay. Cool, thanks. No problem. Cool. Thanks.
So after an hour or two, everything looks prepared to depart to Toamasina. People started leaving the sport complex, but Niels Hogenboom and I did not have a way of transport yet. There were no spaces left in any car, so we got a bit frightened as the rest of the team left for Toamasina already. But luckily in the end everything went alright, a little bit of chaos, you know, chaotic situations, but the organization fixed it, and so yeah, we were able to get on board for an amazing road trip, and the experience of the road trip will follow in the next episode.
We zitten net in de auto. Hoeveel auto's hebben we bekeken of we daar mee konden rijden?
Een stuk of 10 of zo. Geen één auto, allemaal vol, allemaal fietsen, alles. Eén grote georganiseerde chaos, lijkt het.
Ja, vind je hem nog georganiseerd?
Niet helemaal.
Niet helemaal.
Beetje,
we rijden. We hebben een auto. We hadden ook in een bus kunnen zitten waar ze stonden. Dus ben je tevreden met deze plek of niet?
Ik denk dat we het goed voor elkaar hebben, want ik zag net een bus voorbij komen waar ze in stonden. En als we sinds moeten rijden, dan is dat niet, geen pretje. We hebben airco, goede chauffeur, die veel organiseert volgens mij ook.
Ja,
de
organisator. Ja.
Dus ik denk dat we geramd zitten.
Alright, nou, veel plezier.
Ja, dank je.
It's quite a unique thing that we're traveling by car. There are around 70 riders right here who participate in the Tour of Madagascar, and they all fit in a bus with space for 50. So there are people standing for 6 to 7 hours in this region here in Madagascar to get to the place, to the location where we will start racing in 2 days. But we are quite lucky to be in this car and not standing in the bus with all the other riders. It's a local bike shop in Antananarivo.
Lijkt het best? Nog?
Waren we achter andere auto's aangereden.
Ja.
En toen we over die auto's waren, zijn we ergens kwijtgeraakt of zo. Toen zijn we als een gek gereden en toen kwamen we ergens hier vlak voor de tankstation kwamen we zonder benzine te zitten.
Nee.
Ja,
My god.
Dus kwam op een gegeven moment zo'n motorrijder, was met de bus naar zo'n benzinestation gegaan. Kwam zo'n motorrijder aan, die had alvast wat benzine in de auto gedaan en toen kwam hij zelf terug met nog 2 van die flessen. En toen kwam we pas hierheen. Dus we hebben echt gewoon een uur vertraging gehad of zo door die gast.
What the fuck,
Die autochauffeur verder, want hij kan hard rijden.
Can I have a banana? Can I have a banana? Banana. You eat it? Okay. Oh, merci beaucoup. Très bien. Banana. 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 Oui. Incroyable. Nous cherchons des bananas pour toute la route. Et pas de banana. Ah oui. Incroyable. Natural. Ah oui. Incroyable.
Ik ga hem helemaal in mijn mond stoppen. Ik kan wel in één keer.
So far away. A distant song in our heart. Leave this world behind. Imagine that we're leaving here. Imagine that we're leaving here.
So this is the room.
Waar staat mijn koffer?
Is dit serieus?
Waar is mijn koffer?
we are leaving this room because it's not suitable for 4 people in one room. We can't sleep here with 4. So we found a different place. Bob, where are we going? Yeah, we're going to a different place, right? Like, there are way more comfortable houses a bit further, and the doors are just open and nobody's in there. So this is a different place where we're going to sleep. Zullen we die laatste 2 pakken? Ja. Deze 2? Ja. Ja. Goed, ik kom nog wel even langs. So this is the new room. There are wild animals on the floor, right there. Way more comfortable, and no one has to know about this one. Alright, just woke up in this room. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was a night with wild animals and a lot of mosquitoes. Especially this net is really important against those mosquitoes who have malaria. So I was really happy with this net. I have been sleeping well. So last time I was outside, it was indeed very dark. So I'm looking forward to see what kind of region we are. Here we go. So this was my room, and it's time for a brand new day. Kilometers on Malagasy roads. For cyclists, it's best to leave the city as fast as possible. This because of the large number of cars and trucks in the cities. Toamasina, the place where we are currently staying and where tomorrow's prologue takes place, is the second biggest city in Madagascar with around 250,000 inhabitants who mostly live in slums. Antananarivo is the biggest city around here, but Toamasina is very important for the country because of its big shipyard. We do our training on the main road to Antananarivo, the capital, which is located in the middle of the island. A lot of products from the shipyard are transported to the capital, and therefore this road is probably the busiest one in Madagascar. Like everywhere on Malagasy roads, we have to take the trucks and the gaps and the holes in the ground into account. The roads here are definitely not comparable with the European road surfaces, especially at bridges and places where the roads and the train tracks cross, the asphalt is very bad.
after our 2-hour ride, it is time to have lunch. And we get something different than that we usually eat in Madagascar. The usual food is rice with chicken, but Niels is enjoying a variant on that.
C'est la vie! Ja joh!
Today is the first race day in the Tour de Madagacar. We are starting in the morning with a prologue. 2 days ago we were told that the prologue would be an individual time trial of 30 kilometers. That evening the distance was shortened to 3.8 kilometers. Yesterday, after our training ride on Malagasy roads and after our lunch, we were told that it wouldn't be an individual time trial, but a team time trial. This was during the Conférence Directeur Sportif, where I was allowed to be part of because I speak a little bit of French.
Fire in your bones, dirt in your eyes, ready to go. Your moment's arrived. Shake off the cold and light up the night. What are you waiting for? Towing the line, blind and bound. Sever the ties, holding you down. It's your time to turn it around. Cracking the code, taking your aim, taking for gold. It's so far away. So fire and load, it's never too late.
Van der Pioniers. Bekobom Stars. Gos. Oh la la. Boon Kevin. Van den Hengel Bob. Hogembol Niels. Grave, manon na naratreta. Il faut les applaudir.
After the introduction of the riders to the public, it took a long time before starting the prologue. After an hour of waiting, the organization said that the prologue would be disbanded completely because the riders' safety could not be guaranteed. Instead, we did a 2 laps neutralization ride.
What are you waiting for?
Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give, never gonna give.
Luckily, we had a criterium of 90 kilometers in the afternoon. This criterium is on the same track as the prologue. And this time, the organization could block, or some sort of block, the road for the peloton. Directly in the first lap, my teammate Bob van den Hengel accelerates away from the pack. A couple of kilometers later, another teammate, Niels Hogenboom, and a French guy joined him. As a peloton, we won't see those guys again in this race. I set up a second breakaway with my teammates, but we do not manage to stay away from the pack. In the end, I take the 8th place. But then the breakaway, consisting out of 3 riders. Bob van den Hengel tries his luck with around 10 kilometers to go. Of course, Niels Hogenboom does not help the French competitor to chase, and Bob feels extremely strong and he stays away. He even takes a lap on the peloton, which is more than 6 minutes. He finishes first, gains all possible jerseys, and Niels takes a 2nd place as well. What an amazing start for my team. After day 1 in the Tour de Madagacar, I think we deserve a very nice dive in the big Indian Sea.
Deze had ik al op Snapchat gezet tijdens de reis.
Oh echt? Ja, ik snap het niet. Disco Light.
Day 5 in Madagascar, and stage 2 in the tour starts off with a 3-hour transfer to Relive. Another name for this place is Antananarivo, Antananarivo, and it's an amazing journey to get to this place along the east coast of Madagascar. We travel to the Independence Avenue, one of the most well-known places in the town. It's also the place where the start and finish is of the Criterium we will be racing in stage 2 today.
Moi c'est grande, hein? C'est 8. Pour moi c'est 8. Oui. Pour moi,
The parkour of today is tough, with sharp turns and more dust and mud roads than asphalt, a route where especially the French team doubts about.
you never saw a crash in Africa. You never saw it? I saw a lot of crash. I know. Terrible. Yeah. And if you want to soigner. Here you are not hospital.
So at day 5 I already have my first problems with my digestion system. The main food here, baguette, rice and chicken, is definitely not the best diet for me. Therefore I have to go to the toilet rather often, but toilets of European quality do not occur very often here in Madagascar.
3, 2, 1.
So then the race. The French guys do not manage to convince the organization to cancel the race, but the distance is shortened from 90 to 60 kilometers. With my teammate Bob in the yellow jersey and the tough parkours in mind, our tactic is to attack immediately after neutralization, hoping we could do some heavy damage to the full peloton. But Bob gets a flat tire early on in the race, and therefore we need to adjust the tactic a bit. We are not able to damage the peloton. We do have a little bit of a breakaway of 20 people, first peloton, and the Malagasy rider Mazoni Rako Toamarivoni Mazoni Rako Toamarivoni is the best breakaway companion after 60k of racing, and he finishes solo with a 2-minute advantage. Bob finishes third and the yellow jersey remains within our team. Yeah, well then the spectators, they should be mentioned in today's vlog. The spectators felt literally amazing. So many enthusiastic people around the track is just simply incredible. For us now, we look forward to tomorrow's stage, race over 130 kilometers with 2200 height meters. See you tomorrow. Stage 3 in the Tour de Madagacar brings us from Brickaville to Moramanga over a distance of 140 kilometers and is 2200 height meters. A tough and interesting stage with great views along the way. We got to defend the yellow jersey of Bob van den Henkel again. As there's an early breakaway with several dangerous riders, we take initiative on top of the peloton as soon as the race starts. As soon as the breakaway is caught, after 40 kilometers, due to great work of Guus Schot, I decide to attack. A rider from Congo and a rider from Madagascar join me. After the Malagasy rider suddenly attacks again, the Congo rider does not want to race and the French guy Vincent Kratschik joins the breakaway. I know that the peloton will catch us very soon. Kratschik is one of the most dangerous riders for our yellow jersey, and my team of course do not want him to take any time today. On the first climb, our team leader and yellow jersey holder Bob van den Henkel has problems keeping up with the high pace. The number 2 in the general classification, also from my team, Niels Hogenboom, has difficulties as well. Niels van der Pijl and I stay with the 2 guys and together we chase to the main group in front of us. Bob van den Henkel and Niels van der Pijl bridge the gap to the front group on the 3rd climb. They feel incredibly strong again. I join the front group on the 4th climb and Niels Hogenboom cannot keep up with the pace, unfortunately.
Those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on, memories never change.
Together with Alexandre Lecoq from the French team, I chase to the front group and we are able to take back 2 minutes and join the front group again. Just at the moment I join the first group, Niels van der Pijl has left it. He is in front with 2 Malagasy riders and he is able to win the sprint in the end. He takes the victory in stage 3.
Why you make it hard? Don't let me down. You might as well be lost, but I'm found. I'm waiting for your love. You just keep me hanging on. And I deserve to stay. And I'll find my way. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm your home. I wanna be with you always. Know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm your home.
I attack with 800 meters to go. I got to avoid a dog in the last turn, but I am able to take 4th place in today's stage.
In the dark we fight. You take the wrong and you make it right. Like a firefly, you are glowing at night. So don't make it hard, don't let me go. I wanna hold you tight when you're cold. I'm waiting for your love, you just keep me hanging on. I deserve to stay, and I will find my way. I will find my way.
I am a little disappointed with the 4th place as I thought that Niels van der Pijl was riding solo. I did not know about the 2 Malagasy riders joining him. Luckily for me, I was allowed to get on the podium. Surprisingly enough, I took the lead in the young rider classification and therefore I won the Maillot Capri.
Merci, merci, merci. Merci Vincent.
Ça va mon ami?
Ouais,
Ça va?
ça va?
Ouais. C'est une étape incroyable, non?
Ouais, mais c'est le vélo vraiment qui m'a dérangé fort, vous l'avez vu?
Ah ouais, ouais.
Le vélo. Ah.
Ouais.
Mais quand même c'était bon.
Ah ouais, ouais. Bon.
Qui a gagné? C'est le français?
Oui, Niels van der Pijl est 2. Je suis 14. Ouais. C'est une bonne étape pour moi.
Ouais, c'est bon.
Merci.
Niptaka filamina alawan alo ini rangasula iny. Alawan iny fa manao provocation tsy azo atao ny zany.
Zit hij dan? Oude filmster?
Rakota Volmazoni, Vanderpilitsa, Ari Radinatinene Milla, Malagasy ny roa, dia Belge ny ray. Anolotra izany ny direct. Zay miditra farany eto dia iny mahafinaritra. Directeur du course. Manaraka an'io tonga dia miomany olodera. Ao ve olodera? Ao ve olodera? Tonga dia miomana olodera. Efa izy. Ok. Posição desse Madagascar onde o Antananarivo, depois que o Antananarivo, mas a categoria a escalada
In the end, it was an incredible and interesting stage 3 in the Tour de Madagascar. But yeah, before we actually started stage 3, we had to travel for 5 hours from Relive to Brickeville. And that was an interesting road trip again. Along the way I talked with the journalist Dina Razavimahatratra about the Malagasy education system and why there are cameramen during our races.
So the Tour de Madagascar, you write articles, but there are like cameramen as well, right? There's
No, just a newspaper.
just newspaper, no camera?
No camera.
Okay, so we won't be on television?
Yes.
No, or yes? No, okay, I see. Because the guy told me that there were cameras and television.
We are the guy from the television will join us there.
Okay.
National TV.
And then after the race, is it covered by camera?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, that's what I meant.
National TV.
Cool, amazing. Did you go to school?
Yeah.
So do they have a specific school for journalism or?
Yeah, but me, I studied sport. But one time I finished my sports studies, one of the chief inside the newspaper said to me, try to write something for me, because when I played tennis, because I played tennis when I was young. I played tennis, and this guy wrote some articles for me and something like that, and he said, you finished your studies, so try to come here and try to write something for l'Express de Madagascar. And I tried just 2-3 times, and it was okay after.
Cool. So the education here, does every child go to school?
Yes.
Yeah.
For Malagasy people, when you if the big priority is to put the child in school.
Yeah. So everyone goes to school when they're young.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good, right? I mean, that's how they develop their skills. I mean, that's quite essential for an undeveloped country, right?
The parents prefer don't have food at home than don't having the child not going to school. It's preferable for them to not to eat. But now the study is the most important thing in Madagascar.
I am extremely tired after today's race. I nearly sleep instantly after the dinner. The dinner consisting again out of rice, baguette and chicken. But definitely looking forward to the race day tomorrow. It's another tough stage with a lot of climbing, and tomorrow I will have to defend my Malio Caprice, my lead in the young rider classification. See you tomorrow. It's time for stage 4 in the Tour de Mada. This stage brings me from Moramanga to the capital of Madagascar, Antananarivo. According to the organization, the distance is 113 kilometers, but in reality, the stage has a length of 98 kilometers. For the first time in this tour, we have a rather easy start. A breakaway forms after a couple of kilometers of racing, but there is no one really dangerous for the leading position of my teammate Bob van den Hengel. The break gets space and the favorites in the peloton prepare for the tough climbs to follow later in stage 4. Directly at the first climb of the day, the whole Bank of Africa team accelerates away. The peloton literally explodes. My teammate Niels van der Pijl is able to keep up with the light and quick Malagasy climbers, but my teammate in the yellow jersey cannot follow, unfortunately. I am between the first and the second group with a couple of Malagasy riders who do not want to do any efforts to get back to the first group. And of course I do want to come back, and I really do my best and hit the pedals hard, and in the end I am able to join the front group again. With Niels van der Pijl I am in the tête de la course. Niels and I do not need to turn in the break as our team leader Bob is just a little bit behind, and this frustrates the Malagasy riders a lot, and also their team directors get a little bit mad. They shout at us, and the Malagasy riders do not signal for gaps and holes in the road anymore like we usually do. And unfortunately for us, as Team Pays-Bas, their tactic to lose the two Dutch competitors actually works. Because I end up in a massive hole in the asphalt, resulting in 2 instant flat tires. The neutral car does not notice me and continues following the breakaway. Extremely frustrated, I have to wait for over 7 minutes before my own team director gives me 2 spare wheels. Although I haven't had a flat tire on a more beautiful location than somewhere between Moramanga and Antananarivo, I am very unhappy because I will lose my 4th position in the general classification for sure. After a bit of slipstreaming behind the car, I'm able to join Bob in the chasing group. Downhill he accelerates away to lose some Malagasy riders, but as my brakes do not fit on the new wheels, I really have trouble with keeping up with Bob. So without brakes I try to keep up, and it takes a little while to get close to Bob again. But after that we chase in the last 30 kilometers to get as close to the front group as possible. The Malagasy tour jury drives behind us for the whole time to monitor whether we do fair play. They weren't really happy with me chasing behind the car of the team director before, and we are of course not allowed to chase for the rest of the race.
'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive. She said, boy, I want you to walk right, so I can give you one more chance. You're only living in your damn head. Without you by my side, I can't survive.
With an average of 48 kilometers per hour, we had a little bit of tailwind. We entered the last 5 kilometers, but the signs of the last kilometers are not too realistic, as it takes 10 kilometers to the finish. In the end, at the finish, we lost 7 minutes on the favorites, and therefore I lost my 4th place in GC. Well, of course there is a very disappointed atmosphere after the race as we lost our yellow jersey, but there are some positive aspects of today's race as well. Niels van der Pijl was in the tête de la course and he actually took the stage win, and I maintained my lead in the youth classification as well. And next to that I win the Maillot Shell for fair play in today's race.
difference in my cold skin. My body is wearing thin. My fears tell me I'll never win. My body is wearing thin. And there's darkness here.
After the ceremony protocolaire, we decide to take the bike to the hotel, as it is faster than traveling by car through the capital of Antananarivo. And also after the stage, I talk with Jimmy Muhindo from Congo about his cycling experience in his home country.
Take me down, down, down.
So how big is cycling in Congo?
Sorry?
How big is cycling in Congo? Is it a big sport? Do a lot of people do cycling?
Yeah, nowadays the cycling also it's also among the four sports supported by the government. Nowadays they're just taking as a good sport, a big sport in our country. But also there is many riders, but we are not too strong because there is no competition in our country. We usually go only out of our country to do competition, but in our country there's no enough competition, so it's very difficult for us to go ahead.
Yeah. And is it possible to train in your country? I mean, for example, in the city here, it is very, very busy. It is really difficult to train. How do you train in Congo?
So in Congo also it's very difficult to train because there is also the main traffics, and many people doesn't respect cyclists, so it's very difficult to train. But apart from me, because also I'm just sitting not far from Rwanda. I usually go in Rwanda.
Okay.
Sometimes doing training there because the cyclists are very respecting.
Yeah.
But in our country it's very crazy to do bicycle because traffic. Also people doesn't respect you. They're just seeing you as a man, a countryman. They can just insult you in the road. Drive also, they're crazy, so it's very difficult to do.
Why did you start cycling? Why don't you play soccer or play tennis?
I do think for me, at the last time when I was a young kid, I was just liking bicycle because my father also had a big bicycle, so all the time I would just to take it and to go and make some trip with it. So it was very, very good for me. I was just seeing the bike, and there I was very happy for the bike. So it's like that.
Yeah. So what are your goals for the next years? Are you looking forward to compete on an even higher level? Like for example in Europe, cycling in Europe, does that suit you?
Yeah, my pleasure is also to be there in Europe, because I usually see many African who goes in Europe. They can just come and you can just see their manner of riding. They have just changed because we are just seeing there in Europe there is many competition. I do think it can just be fine for me to go in Europe and cycling there and make training and do competition there. It can just be fine for me.
I want revenge in stage 5 in the Tour de Madagacar. The stage from Bergeny to Antananarivo is with 121 kilometers and 1100 height meters a relatively flat and quick stage. Let's try my luck in the breakaway today.
Into the night, out of the dark, take to the sky, chasing the stars. All that we said, all that we are, waiting to fly. This is the start. Hide and seek, reason and rhyme, grand and glorious. Living the dream, you're
Tour de Madagacar Cycliste International. Yesterday I was a little bit unlucky, losing my 4th place in the general classification after 2 flat tires, but I won't give up yet. I feel very powerful today and I feel there are possibilities for success in stage 5. Early in the race, 6 riders joined me in the breakaway. And none of the 7 riders in the break are dangerous for the general classification. So the French team, who have the yellow jersey since yesterday, therefore don't really care about us. The break creates a decent lead very quickly in the race. The breakaway consists out of 5 Malagasy riders, my friend from Congo Jimmy Muhindo and me. The Malagasy are of course very lightweight riders and accelerate a lot on the climbs, giving me and Muhindo sometimes a very hard time. So after 50 kilometers of racing with the high pace, the amount of people in the break shrinks from 7 to 5. Jimmy Muhindo is one of the victims of the high pace. The gap with the peloton is 7 minutes and 20 seconds with 50 kilometers of racing to go. Surprisingly enough, the lead is a sign for the Malagasy riders to start attacking, although we have 50k of racing to go. And I'm really surprised, and although my Malagasy competitors ride for different teams, they actually cooperate together. Every time I close the gap, another Malagasy rider attacks. Well, they clearly work together to make me feel tired. And I don't like the situation at all, of course, the situation where I'm in. And therefore I decide to attack myself. One of my competitors cannot follow and therefore I have 3 breakaway companions left. Suddenly the organization tells that the peloton is closing in and there are only 3 minutes left between them and us in the break. The Malagasy riders are scared and suddenly want to cooperate again. The signal of the organization is luckily not right, because after a few kilometers the gap is over 7 minutes again. Luckily we work well as a break again and we are maintaining our lead. With 10 kilometers to go, each one of us knows we have a chance of winning the stage today. So at home I did a little bit of research on this particular stage and therefore I know there's a small last climb at 4 kilometers before the finish. Before this small ascent, there's a little bit of a downhill, so I make sure I'm in the back of the group when entering the last 5 kilometers. I start the climb with a bit more velocity than my competitors and I start sprinting uphill. I lose 2 of the Malagasy riders, but one guy can keep up. His name? Hasina Rakotonirina. We work together till the last 1.5 kilometers. And then the game for the stage win really starts. I beat Rakotonirina in the sprint, winning the 5th stage in the Tour de Madagacar. This is the revenge I'm looking for after 2 flat tires in stage 4. It's an amazing feeling to win here in Madagascar. I also take some seconds for the young rider classification and I even take 6 minutes on the competitors for the yellow jersey. I enjoy the attention of the crowd, the media and the organization, and it's a great feeling to be in the podium as a winner. What a day for me here in the Tour de Madagacar.
Hide and seek, reason and rhyme, grand and glorious. Living the dream, yours and mine, euphoria.
don't exactly know what day it is here in Madagascar, but we are not racing as we're having a rest day. Yesterday, after my victory in stage 5, I had to travel for 8 hours to Morondava, and I think all the cyclists are very happy with a day off. It is not very easy to stay fit here in Madagascar, with the lack of vitamins, vegetables and dairy products. Many of us have diarrhea and visit the toilet way too often, like I do. So the trip to Morondava is pretty beautiful. Although we do not see any special bird or other animal, the nature is so different to where we were in the last 7 days. It's more wide open lands and it's more quiet, greener, not too many trees and the houses look pretty special. There are also quite a lot of small rivers in the region and the bridges are essential to keep the villages connected to the main roads. But these bridges, they are sometimes very special as well.
Holy shit! Dit kan hier gewoon, jongens.
People say that the southern part is more touristic, the southern part of Madagascar. And I can imagine, although we won't spot any maki or chameleon here, that does not automatically mean that the roads are better than in the northern part of Madagascar. Although there are not that many big canyons around here, gaps and holes still occur way too often. These roads we're traveling on today are the same roads as we have to deal with in stage 8 and 9. At 12:30 we arrive in Morondava. It's the middle of the night and we don't arrive at a hotel but in a building of the local church. This building is provided by them and that is of course very kind. But the problem is we don't have any water nor electricity. I don't have the energy to bother about that now and I just want to sleep. Although I haven't had a shower for over 30 hours. Next day nothing changed in the situation in the building, so we decided to first do a little bit of a relaxation ride, 1 hour on the bike, and we actually see the famous baobab trees, which was a pretty special feeling. And after the ride we could fix a different hotel with sometimes electricity and water. I tried to save some energy for the rest of the day, finishing the day off with a little stroll through the village. And there I realized that Morondava is definitely not very different to other villages in Madagascar. There are still children begging for food, people asking for money, and there are too many immature girls trying to fix a rich man for an exciting night. So tomorrow there is a Criterium again. Hopefully I feel a little bit better than today. Because of the diarrhea I don't feel very good. Because otherwise the 90 kilometers race will be very tough tomorrow. Today the maximum temperature was 43 degrees and I heard that tomorrow it might be even hotter, and that are definitely not the best circumstances to race in. But that is something to bother about tomorrow. For now I say good night, see you tomorrow.
Dan hebben we goede wind, joh. Oh, echt? Kun je zien hoeveel bacteriën er op mijn tong zitten van al die rijstdieren? Pas op, ik zie iemand achter je, hè? Oh ja, plakken. Zelf weer.
threat. I don't wanna lose you, but I won't play a fool for you. You know when we touch.
And then I took the ship, the cruiser. You know the cruiser in the, because Amsterdam there is the water everywhere.
the canals.
The canals. I took the boat to see, and the taxi boat. There is a taxi boat in Amsterdam. Oh, lovely. I like there. I like, and coffee shop. Oh my god. Bulldog.
Yeah, bulldog.
Yeah.
Did you smoke some weed?
Yeah, of course, man. Of course, when I was there, when I was in Amsterdam, I spent for 1 month there. 1 month in Amsterdam.
Only for holidays.
Yeah, just for holidays there for 1 month. I really enjoy it. And Heineken beer. Heineken beer in Amsterdam. Oh my god. That it was for 3 years ago.
Nice.
3 or 4 years ago was there in Amsterdam.
Cool.
It's really lovely. And you have a lot of bags. Oh my god. You know the bags? Oh, it's a lot.
We also have bikes.
Really?
Yes, we're for bike race.
Ah,
Tour de Madagacar.
but in Amsterdam you can want 3 bikes, you know, just for 1 line, 3 people,
Yes.
you know, in Amsterdam.
have
I saw it there.
No problem.
And tulips. And when I was in Amsterdam, I bought the tulips because there is a famous tulips. I tried to growing up here, but
It's difficult.
nice because it's very hard. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard.
There's no winter.
Yeah, I like really. And there is a wind.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Windmill?
Yeah, in Amsterdam. I have a big souvenir there in Amsterdam. Oh my god, it's good.
It is good.
Yeah. Oh, I like. And Madame Tissot. There is a Madame Tissot. Madame Tissot, and you can find the statues. You know the man statues there. Man statues. Oh, Madame Tissot. Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, I'm from here. So I have a bar and a restaurant. The name is Jean Le Rasta. Why is this?
Rasta.
Yeah, that why is
your
this?
hair.
So if you go to the beach, there is the Rasta color like that.
Oh.
The bar, the Rasta color. Say Jean Le Rasta, and there is a lion dancing. Dancing lion. That's me. That's my bar. And tonight I play the music in my bar.
I know where it is.
Reggae.
You know where is it? You know where is it? That's my bar.
Nice.
So tonight I play the music, the live music, the concert, my
Yes,
band,
yes.
and
At
then
what time?
At 7 o'clock.
Yes.
7 and 8, and then I make a restaurant. You know, I serve the dinner, the lunch. You know, so only in Murndaf is the good bar. Only one bar. We have a good atmosphere. Is there? It's John the Rasta.
Nice.
So of course, man, of course, of course, I'm Rasta. You know, I'm Rasta. So you have to go there. You have to go there, man.
I don't know what became of you. You closed me out so I can't see through. Oh, you made me come undone. Every time we talk, every time we talk, every time we talk, every time we talk, every time we
Welcome, ladies and gents. Episode 10 in the Tour de Madagacar series here on YouTube. Today I ride stage 6 in the Tour Cycliste, a race which should be 90 kilometers but will be 130 kilometers due to, I don't know really, bad calculations I guess, someone who couldn't count the kilometers of the circuit. I think all the riders some sort of recovered yesterday of their efforts in the last few days. For me personally, things got worse. I don't feel fit, I have diarrhea and I doubt about starting today's stage. Temperatures rise from, I think 35 to even 40 degrees in the morning. And as we start today's race at 1 o'clock, it's more than 40 degrees. And that might be potentially very tough during stage 6 in the Tour de Madagacar. As the race starts in the afternoon, there's a little bit of time to relax and do some grocery shopping at the market. Well, as you could see in the previous shots, that was pretty nasty. Definitely not European quality when it comes to food on the markets, but I do need those bananas, which I mainly eat here, to survive here in Madagascar. So then the race, well, that didn't go too well. I managed to race 20 of the 30 laps, resulting in 70k of racing, but then the heat and the illness just became too much and I couldn't follow the pace anymore. So I'm sort of dehydrated. I get off the bike and I wait for the others to finish their race. A successful race for my team though. Bob van der Hengel, again, likewise in stage 1, he takes the victory in an incredible effort, finishing solo. And extremely great effort again of Bob, which results in complete crazy situations in the village as well. So hopefully I recover quickly, because tomorrow's stage is another classic over 120 kilometers. I am allowed to start, although I did not finish today's stage. But if I disband tomorrow again, then the Tour de Madagacar is over for me. Well, it's I just hope to be in shape tomorrow again, but I expect the worst. I just don't feel good. Today I couldn't finish the race and I'm doubting whether I can finish the Tour de Madagacar.
Ik fiets de helft.
Kratschik!
Dat heb ik nog nooit gehad.
Bad news, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 12, is stage 7 and stage 8 in the Tour de Madagacar combined, or better said, only stage 8, because yesterday during stage 7 I could not start. No energy, no food consumption, no sleep, a lot of mosquitoes, no water in the hotel, and I feel as ill as a dog. The medical assistants threw me in the ambulance, treated me well, but it was not possible to shoot any footage of the race, nor the circumstances around it.
Nog 1 kilometer klimmen, je hebt 50 seconden. 1 kilometer klimmen, dan afdalen, dan weer klimmen.
But I am back in stage 8, but not on the bike. I managed to get a good seat in the car of the president of the Malagasy Cycling Federation called Jean-Claude Réala. And in that way I can follow my teammates very well today. Luckily, this car has air conditioning. Why? Because at the start it is 44 degrees Celsius. This fact, in combination with the dramatic asphalt in the first 40 kilometers, makes the organization decide that the stage will be shortened with 40 kilometers.
Look up to the sky, I will carry you to the endless sides. In your doubt, you will rise. I will show you how to forget the fight. Show you the way to fly.
The last main chance to change positions in the general classification. With 1300 height meters in 70 kilometers race, it's relatively mountainous stage today. The number 2 in the general classification, Vincenzo Mazzoni, he could have been Italian, but he is Malagasy. He attacks a lot in this stage. The leader in the general classification, Vincent Krachik from France, has difficulties but is able to stay in the rather small peloton. In the meantime, my teammate Kevin Bohm pedals hard in the breakaway together with another Malagasy rider from Bank of Africa. I provide him water on the way and I provide him live coverage of the climbs to follow with my navigation system and the GPS file I made of the stage. And that was indeed very handy today. Stage 8 is probably the most beautiful stage when it comes to nature in this year's Tour de Madagacar. Wide open lands, great sights and a beautiful environment between Miandriavatso and Mandato, which is just a little bit south of Antananarivo, the capital.
Every day you align yourself for the battle. Don't know how your broken roads will unravel. Hope falls to the ground as you wait for the unknown. All the tears that you've cried leave you so alone. Look above to the sky. I will carry you to the endless sides. In your doubt, you will rise. I will show you how to forget the fight. Show you the way to fly.
Gets caught and 12 riders in total in the front group fight for victory in stage 8. My teammates finished 2nd, 3rd and 4th. The Malagasy rider Vincenzo Mazzoni wins the stage. As a team we are very happy with today's result though, mainly because we could hold on to the 3rd and 4th position in the general classification and our lead in the team classification. Also Jimmy Muhindo, the buddy from Congo, is very happy. He won a jersey today and he is allowed to wear it in the final stage tomorrow. The final stage is a Criterium in the capital of Madagascar. Cycling in Centre-Ville Antananarivo, well, I'm sure that's gonna be great fun.
Jimmy mate, a jersey. How do you feel?
I'm just feeling very well because today it was very hard, but God help, I have a good place today.
Oh, ik dacht dat iemand zou vragen van ons.
Nee, ik blijf bij de auto. Wil je weten
hoe is het afgelopen?
Kevin was weg, hè?
Ja, die heeft als een beest gereden.
Die heeft vet goed gereden.
Ja?
Wauw, joh. Op een gegeven moment werd ze teruggepakt. Die nummer 2 is echt een paar keer helemaal losgegaan. Ja? Op die klimmetjes. Ja. Toen hadden Bob en Niels het best wel zwaar.
Ja.
Maar ze zijn erbij gebleven en uiteindelijk werd het een hele groep. Er waren dus 4 van Bank of Africa bij en 3 van ons. Ja. Inclusief Kevin, dat is de redding voor het ploegenklassement. Ja. En uiteindelijk kwam het hier aan op een massasprint en dat echt constant was op een sprint van een groep van 12, 13.
Dat meen je niet.
Ja. En toen heeft een Keniaan, hoor mij, Madagascar heeft gewonnen, ik weet niet precies welke. En we zijn Bob werd tweede, Niels werd derde en Kevin werd vierde.
Holy shit, vet.
Dus, we hebben het ploegenklassement, het puntenklassement hebben we nog.
Mooi. Holy shit, dan heeft Kevin echt hard gereden.
Kevin heeft heel goed gereden, zeker.
Best.
Ja.
Maar had hij dat in één keer vandaan, joh?
Ja, weet ik niet. Hij kwam nog, ik zat in die auto, die auto geloof ik dat was. Bij de president, hè? En de Kevin die kwam, ik heb geen water, Theo komt, ik vul mijn bidon en gooi die bidonnen zo naar binnen. Dus ik werd die president bidonnen vullen. Die was een stuk leuker dan gisteren.
Maar hij reed weg toen ik echt helemaal in het begin, toen ik echt al op mijn tand stond. Hoe kan hij nou in één keer wegrijden? Ja. Dus hij was echt vet sterk.
Klopt.
Leuk. Maar hij is vierde geworden.
Ja. Maar hij heeft waarschijnlijk langs de vlucht. Hij is sowieso grootste stijger.
Ja? Oké.
Dus hij is sowieso op het podium.
Ja, dat is wel leuk, want het zou wel leuk zijn als hij ook.
Ja, hij zat er echt zo van nieuw podium en weet je wel. Dus dat was wel jammer. Maar ik denk dat hij 2 keer op het podium komt.
Ja, mooi.
Dus, maar niet voor de etappe helaas. Maar wat een gast, jongen. Hij heeft de ploegklassement gered, hè?
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take.
Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? Boum! Ah ouais!
The last episode of the Tour de Madagacar series. No criterium for me in the last stage of the Tour de Madagacar Cycliste 2017. Just a UNICEF awareness ride alongside the lake in the middle of the center of Antananarivo, the capital of Madagascar. The organization says that the race will be broadcasted live on Malagasy television, and also the president of the country, here it comes, the name, Harry Rajaonarima Pianina, might come over from his palace to watch the race. Well, the first thing is true. We are live on television. But the second thing is not real. The president decides to send his Minister of Sports to the race. Then the criterium starts, and the competitors of Reunion Islands are extremely aggressive in the early kilometers. But then something interesting happens.
We zitten midden in koers. En wat is gebeurd, Niels? Nou, er reed een groepje weg. Er stonden een paar auto's op het parcours. En nu staan we stil. Ja, dit is keihard koersje in Afrika. Sensatie. Nou jongens, veel succes.
Peloton races through the center of Antananarivo with a lot of people watching and clapping their hands. I decide to do a little relaxation ride through the city, encountering the wall of Antananarivo, a road with cobblestones and an 8% average.
We hebben nou 2 van Reunion Islands, 1 en 2.
So the Reunion Islands riders are surprisingly dominant in the race and they deliver an outstanding performance with taking first and third place. Bob van der Hengel, my teammate who rode a terrific Tour de Madagacar, finishes second in this last criterium, and Bob also takes the 4th place in the general classification. My other teammate Niels van der Pijl finishes third in the GC and wins the points classification as well. As a team, we win the team classification to tip it all off.
Est-ce que vous pouvez donner des maillots pour souvenir?
De maillot souvenir.
I enjoyed racing with the Malagasy competitors a lot, and they also seem to be very positive about the Dutch people racing in Madagascar too.
We should empty the bottles, it's too heavy.
You hold. We energy picture. Wait. Okay. Wait. Where zat hij erachter? Nee, dat weet ik.
It's very bad.
Yeah.
Just one. Can you say, ask your
Ik dacht misschien als hij in elkaar valt en van het peloton ging op een gegeven moment voor meedraaien. En toen dacht ik, ja. Theo, hij wil ook een helm hebben. Ja, of we een helm kunnen geven. Ja, c'est n'est pas possible, non. Non, pardon.
Pas de problème. Never all God. But bottle water.
Yeah. Oui, c'est bien, non? Oui.
Give me all. Give me all.
Peut-être. Oui?
And there was a little bit of more chaos when cute girls started throwing t-shirts into the public. There was time for a quick interview in French with the winner of the Tour de Madagascar, Vincent Gracchi.
Ah ouais. Mais le vainqueur à Madagascar, c'est la première fois, non?
La première fois, oui. C'est ma 4e édition ici. Et j'avais fini 2 fois deuxième, donc j'avais à cœur de gravir la plus haute marche du podium. C'est chose faite et donc je suis le plus heureux, quoi.
Et le cyclisme en Afrique, ce n'est pas la première fois, non?
Non, effectivement, c'est la 21e fois et j'ai à cœur. En fait, c'est ce qui un petit peu ponctue ma saison. Je me fixe 3 courses en Afrique dans l'année et j'essaie de m'y préparer au maximum pour y prendre plaisir et essayer d'être compétitif et faire un résultat. Et donc oui, effectivement, c'est mon 21e tour ici.
Ah oui. Et Madagascar, en comparaison avec Congo et Burkina Faso, ça va?
Ouais. Disons que le Burkina Faso, c'est une course UCI, donc on va dire que c'est pas forcément comparable et c'est un peu mieux drillé par le directeur de course, etc. Après, on vient aussi en Afrique pour vivre des petites aventures et parfois à Madagascar, il y a encore des petites choses qui font que c'est un peu plus exotique qu'un tour du Cameroun ou un tour du Burkina Faso où tout est cadré et c'est ce qu'on vient aussi rechercher, quitter l'Europe, quitter la France et venir un petit peu vivre une aventure ici, quoi.
Ah oui, et le public, c'est un petit peu de...
C'est pas comparable, non, c'est pas comparable.
Non.
Bon, en plus de ça, on est dans un pays pauvre, donc eux, ce qu'ils recherchent avant tout, c'est faire la fête, effectivement, et là c'est la fête autour du vélo. Le vélo vient dans leur village, donc ils sont contents de voir les coureurs, même si effectivement ils connaissent peut-être pas les coureurs malgaches ou les coureurs européens, mais ils sont là pour nous encourager et ça met du baume au cœur parce qu'effectivement on a de moins en moins de monde dans les courses en France et c'est terrible, c'est malheureux. Donc là on a des sourires sur le bord de la route tout autour du circuit ou des villages qu'on traverse, donc c'est extraordinaire, on vient chercher ça à chaque fois ici en Afrique.
Ah ouais. Merci beaucoup, merci. C'est pour Vélo 101.
We are more than numbers standing in their shade, going louder. We are all one color, standing in their way.
So then, after all these days, the Tour de Madagascar and the amazing trip to this island comes to an end. It has been a tough but very interesting journey. Although I was negatively surprised by the many undeveloped facilities, I did have a good time. Next to that, it was a great way to prepare for the 2017 road cycling season in Europe, and also a great way to get to know the country. Thank you guys so much for following the Tour de Mada series here on the This Is Cycling YouTube channel. If you've enjoyed the 13 episodes, please subscribe to stay tuned for future updates. Vlogs about Mallorca, Israel and Girona are coming up in the following weeks. Cheers.